tonight, it became known as the Honey Trap murder.
Both boarded the number 450 bus.
This is the first time he's speaking, innit? And
man can't take back what I've done.
Just done 14 years in prison.
Because I'm thinking, bro, like, I didn't go there to kill, like, that wasn't my intention. You get what I'm saying? My main Cody got 15 years, the girl got 10 years, 4 others got 12 years, innit?
Yo, my people, it's the boy Bouncer. Today, guys, I've got my brother here, Andre. We're here to talk about knife crime, joint enterprise, and just a bit about us and where we've grown. And obviously, my brother's just come out of prison from doing a long, a life sentence, 14 years. He was involved in a part of the Honey Trap murder. So this is the first time he's speaking, innit? And just to raise some awareness and yeah, man, just to intro you, man. How are you, my bro?
Yeah, I'm good, my bro. I'm good.
How you feeling? First time?
Bro, man's nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm nervous still.
Brother, this is what happens from obviously when I come out of prison 5 years ago. It's taken some time doing interviews and making sure you try to articulate yourself and whatnot. But I think this conversation is very needed because your case, the case that you was a part of, is one of the biggest cases in the UK, and I feel like obviously you've been released, and every time someone gets released, either it's yourself or Cody or whatnot, your case goes back to the media, and there's always two stories in it. There's two parts to every story, but there's only one part of the story, and no one's actually spoke about the ins and outs of your case. Like, obviously, I understand that it's very, like, it's sensitive, isn't it? It's a very sensitive subject, someone's past, and we've got to be very mindful with family and etc.
No, 100%.
But
how we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Pretty OBE, hitting you with a quick one. Real Talk Truth season. Now, everybody's heard about the Honey Trap. Bouncer's done an interview, and I know a lot of us have seen the video, but I want to actually sit us down and let's go through it step by step in the sense of, can we draw out some of the positives to show our young people that sometimes when you're in these kind of environments, especially when you're around your friends and everything, they're not to be trusted. Because when you get into this situation, like my man said, he was 16 years of age. Man ended up getting 15 years. For not even stabbing the person, for just joint enterprise. So once again, this is a Honey Trap. We're going to be breaking it down. What's you guys' thoughts? Let's get into it.
But the case, obviously, we need to talk about how me and you know each other, innit? Like, how would you say that me and you know each other?
Brother, man, know you from I don't know, around the way, innit? The ends, innit? You get me? Family, man, just grew up from young. Like, raw, boom. Football, I used to play bare football in the car park, grew up whatever. The brothers was around. I was always that young kid that was with the older peers and that, you get me? I was always around, you knocking on your door, this, that, whatever, you get me, brother. Let me get £2 for mama's, blah, blah, blah. You get me, like, from young and that, whatever, you get me? Yeah. Obviously, man, just kept the connection strong. Obviously, I see you lots doing certain things as I was growing up, man's trying to follow certain footsteps, whatever, trying to do certain things myself, whatever. Obviously, you, man, are just trying to steer man away from that sort of lifestyle, whatever. And
but before that, we just got to say how it is. Like, growing up, bro, we was on the roads, innit? Like what people make music about, that's what we was. We was on the roads, and obviously I'm a different generation to you. Obviously we used to live off the same roads. And how I know you of like just a younger brother from where I used to live, and we got mad close, innit? And that's where we got close, and that's where the name got kind of.
Once again, parents, I just want to jump in this straight away. So Bouncer's just kind of reiterating that he knows this young man. That man used to be on the road. So once again, there's many young people that are around certain areas that are getting influenced by other elders, and not sitting there saying that Bouncer's wrong for influencing, because sometimes even when Bouncer was on the road, he was getting influenced by whoever the elders and all the rest of it. So sometimes we all don't know, and we're all just still kind of young and trying to find our feet. But parents, be understanding when your child is out there and you think that, oh, they're just playing out or all the rest of it. Watch the older kids that are coming around in the cars. Watch these older boys that are trying to entice them into the lifestyle, trying to get them to go country, trying to get them to shop food, trying to get them to take their names, because it seems like this guy's called Younger Bouncer. So it seems like it was Bouncer's younger. So let's get more into it.
The Bouncer family, innit? Tiny Bouncer, the Bouncer TB family kind of came in it, and then from going to Stanley in it.
School, I see this man like Stanley, woman, and from that's it, man. I was just on the roads. You get me?
Yeah, man. I remember it, and I remember, listen, from growing up, gang violence, we was doing whatever, and for myself, it's like even looking back and being that older generation to you lot, it's crazy because everything that we was doing, you lot was looking up to, man. So it's like you was half like following man's footsteps.
No, 100%. That's why I think it's important now, when man's gone through certain things in life, like to put myself in a position where man can take young people away from that sort of position and say, right, boom, look, listen, look, boom, this is bouncers on the roads, blah, 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 but now he's doing this. You can go down this path, you get me? Because growing up, man never had that. Man didn't have, like, elders back then, like, doing good things. Man didn't see that. Man just seeing, raw, boom, my man's banging it, my man banged the 50, my man banged the 30.
At least man's being honest. So, do you know what? I respect that. That's the fact that he's saying that he wants to go back and show the young people, like, listen, I was on the road. I thought I was a bad man, but then now I'm in prison and I want to do the right thing. And he had to even put his hands up saying there was no older people around him that was doing positive things, i.e. even Bouncer himself. So Bouncer's taking a little bit of an L as well on that one, saying that, raw, you man didn't tell me to pattern up and stay in school and go and get a 9 to 5 and man need to try and get out of the area. Let's try and build a better life for our parents, for our mums. And if not, what was our parents doing at that time as well? So far, give credit to him.
Well, my man's driving this, my man's driving, I want to bang a 50, I want to bang a 30. You get me, man, following that footsteps. Now it's like, raw, boom, man's got the creps and cones. You get me, like, all of the brothers, this, that, like, certain other people is like, raw, but the brothers are really making it. The brothers are really making it happen. So it's better, man, try to put the young generation in that path than on the roads, bro, because obviously, as you know, like, brother, like, I lost a lot of years to something I was involved in, you get me, like, and it's like one of those situations where man can't take back what I've done, and that's what kills man the most, you get me, about my situation, because it's like, even though man was young, it's like, I wasn't using, my mind was in the right place at this, you get me, like, man's young, when you're 16, you don't really know, you just, it's rolled, innit, you get me, you ain't really taken into consideration.
You're not classed as an adult.
You're not even classed as an adult, bro. But it's not even that. It's like, bro, like you're not taking into considerations the consequences of your actions, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, when you're living it, it's all fun and jokes. But the reality is, when it does get to the point where my case got to, it's like, bro, someone's lost their life, and you can't take that back. You get me? And it's like, that's something man's got to live with for the rest of my life. That's something my victims.
Such a strong point, and I'm so grateful that he even said that, because many of the young people, when we go prison, all we hear about is the glorifying. All we hear is that man just read it and man just took time and all the rest of it. He spent 15 years. You can only imagine when you're 16, you've got the testosterone flowing, like he said. You know, no one's there. Like, you just think that everything's cool, but when that reality hits, you've taken a life, man. PTSD, trauma, anxiety, you know what's there, depression, and no one doesn't tell our kids what depression is, what anxiety is, how does it feel, what does it look like. So 9 times out of 10, you don't even know that you're going through PTSD, or if not mental illness, and you ain't unaware of it, and all you do is keep smoking and drinking, trying to numb out the pain, knowing that one day you're going to get to a stage like him and say, do you know what, it was wrong. And I didn't have the right guidance, and I didn't have the right mentality. So kids, I want you to take time and understand what he's actually saying. He actually didn't even actually kill no one. So you can just be associated with certain people. So even when you're walking around your area and you're seeing certain man and you just want to be a part of it, and you're just throwing up gang signs and you're just trying to joke, allow it. Take time.
Like, raw, boom, you banged it, you done a robbery, blah, 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 you robbed my man for whatever. You get me, like, you're both still living, and cool, it might have caused some trauma in your life. This is something that's ongoing trauma. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I don't want to see no other youths go down that road, personally. You get me, fam? Like, just from man's own experience and what man's gone through, I don't want to see it. Man's been on the other hand where man's lost people myself. You get what I'm trying to say? And I've seen the effects that's had on their families. And then man's on the other hand, man's on the side where man's been a part of someone losing their life as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say, bro? So it's like, bro, I think it's very important for man now to be in certain positions and to, I don't know, help the youth in some way, bro.
Of course, and you know what? Everything that since you've come out, since I've come out, that's what we're aiming to do. You know what I mean? 100%. Even with the boxing platform, slowly, guys putting down the knives, and do you know what I mean? So I remember with your case, I went to prison. Obviously, I went to prison for cash in transit robbery in 2007. And your case was in 2008.
Yeah. I remember I used to write to you. Remember
Yeah,
I think
you
I
to write
write
to man.
you,
And bro, I honestly could say I've never even read up about your case. I know about your case. Everyone knows about your case. Obviously, you as someone that's that's classed as obviously younger like tiny bounce. Obviously, I always get defensive when your case gets brought up because obviously there's certain things I know about your case. But what we see on the media is portrayed in a certain way, but then you have to be very delicate of how you speak on it, and how we get our side of the story out.
I've got to have respect for man's victim side of the family because obviously they're going through something that's way worse than what man's going through. So man always 100%. Have to, you get me? Every move, every choice man makes in life now, like even me being here today, it's like, raw bro, like this could go left or do you guys trying to say, but at the same time, I think it's very important, like I said, for the younger generation to kind of
First young man, or if not first person that's talking about their past, because we see all these podcasts and man talk about prison and coming out and jogging and I stabbed him up and they glorify it. They make it seem like, yeah, man's still out here, man's still jogging. But the fact that he's even sitting there saying, do you know what, I'm saying all of this, but I've still got to be aware. I've still got to be conscious to know about the family's life, the family that's just probably want to try and get over it and all the rest of it. Am I bringing up unwanted wounds and all the rest of it? But this is still my story, though. This is still his story. This is still a part of his life. And to get that closure, this is probably what he needs. But still being consciously aware of what he's done and how important it is that he treads carefully in what he's actually saying. Respect.
And someone's just done, you've just done 14 years in prison. You went to prison when you was 16. So you've come out now and listen, on the internet, a lot of you see a lot of like youths, they might portray that road stuff, but do you know what I mean? We lived that road stuff, and this is something that we never want to go back to, and something that we want to try to stir the younger generation.
Again, man, them was on road stuff. Everybody knows about Bouncer. Everybody knows about most of these guys when they were really joking, really out there in Soakley in the fields. They've really gone to prison. And what did they just say? They don't want no smoke. Where's Bouncer right now in Dubai? You understand what I'm trying to say? Why is he living over there? Why is he still not living in South London? Why is he still not trapping in the bando? Why is he still not on the block, on the curb? Where's Stormzy? Where's a lot of these guys? But it's such a shame because you're even hearing about Bando K. What was you doing with a gun, Papa? What was you doing with a gun? You've made it now. Look what's happened to your dad. We upright, we raw. We said, yeah, do you know what? Injustice. You had a chance to take yourself out of that mentality, take yourself out of that environment, be better for your family, and then you go run around with a gun. What was you doing with the gun? I don't even care. What was you doing at your time in your career with a gun? You got Digger D now, back in prison. Man's house is getting raided and all the rest of it. I used to teach Digger D. I used to teach him, young boy out there jogging. Bruv, you've got everything that you want and need. I remember you used to sit there and say to me, oh man can't make it. You was going in and out of prison. I said, listen, focus on your music. Focus on what you got. You got a talent. You can really push it, but you man allow yourself to get drawn out. You man, oh man, a bad man. I still got to rip the ends. For what? What are you ripping? You're ripping something until in the end there is no friends. Nobody's gonna back you. No one's coming to your funeral. No one's coming to your grave. No one's coming to support your mum and your family. No one's there for you when you're really, really ill. When you're really, really down and out, and you really need that support. Now you're in prison. How many men am I stepping up now? But all the girls was popping bottles and champagne when it was around you. Same thing like Fredo. You men are going to next man's country and don't want to listen because everyone thinks they're bad man. I'm just going to smoke weed and do what I want. Then he's saying that he didn't know that he had weed. Stop lying, fam. Just take the L. At least he's taking the L saying, you know what, I'm not going to smoke no more. You can't go over there. Respect people's country. Respect what you're doing. But at the same time, you're an artist that's got so much accolade. Why would you be that naive and that stupid that the fact that you could even put yourself in a situation to lose your career and you could have possibly faced 5 years in prison because most men don't want to sit there and take accountability and put their hands up and be like, I don't want the smoke anymore. I don't want the smoke. Big up to what Bouncer said.
Doing something positive because you can make it in life where right now by doing anything to be a YouTuber, you can do anything and start earning life-changing money. But I feel like
Glad him say that again. You can be anything that you want. A YouTuber, you can be a businessman, you can be a creator. Like there's so many opportunities that you guys have. When we was growing up, it was 9 to 5 to get into the music game, to get into the football, to get into most careers. You had to know someone. You had to know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that might know someone that might put you on. And if you get put on, you better work your backside off to stay in that position. Now all of a sudden you can create your own YouTube page. You can create your own music, your own beats. You can actually put out your own record label, your own A&R. You can actually put up your own graphics, you can start up your own Instagram page and start monetizing, and if not, start selling your garments, clothing. You understand what I'm trying to say? If you can sell a 3-5, then you can sell a 3-5 for a £30 jumper or a £25 t-shirt. Make it make sense. Do the maths, residual income, the fact that you are being able to travel, being able to go away. Remember, when you're shotting, remember, when you're on the roads, that's all you are. You're on the roads. You can't do nothing. You can't invest. You can't have 30 grand in a shoebox and you're on job seekers allowance. Help me make it make sense. But then you talk about you want to go away. Go where, Papa? You got a criminal record. You can't even leave the country. All because you wanted to rep a gang, rep the ends, rep the block, only for one day you're older to turn around and say to you, yeah, big man, I got it wrong, you know, like, I'm not really about that life. I thought I was about that life, but I'm not about that life. And you're looking at him like, bro, I'm about that life now. What do I do? Come out the game before you start, bruv. Everybody wants to roll the dice and play the game, but they don't realize anybody can play. It doesn't matter how old you are. Anyone can play, so don't roll the dice.
Where we need to start, innit? Obviously, we started where you're from, how we know each other, but it's that we kind of need to talk about like just a few things of the case. Like I think a few things of the case. Firstly, I think we need to talk up just a little bit about your case and that what you got found guilty for. If you can just explain to us, like, because obviously you got found, you're in jail for serving a life sentence, minimum 14 or minimum 13, whatever it was. But what is your case? Like, what is it? Did you get found guilty for joint enterprise? Did you get found guilty for the murder of the victim? Like,
so yeah. what it comes down to, basically, it comes down to like, right, it's a murder conviction, but obviously people that see certain paperwork and that, but when you see certain paperwork and it's joint enterprise, isn't it? Obviously, joint enterprise is basically where me and you go to do something, you're the main guy that does something, yeah? The judge leaves it to the jury and it steps a verdict for the jury to consider if I had the same intentions of you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So in my case, where obviously my case is a bit different, like a lot of cases are a bit different when it comes to murder cases because a lot of people just deny it. You get me, full stop. In my case, obviously my Cody that done the actual fatal injury admitted to committing a fatal injury, just like I admitted to hitting my man with a baseball bat, you get me, because my intention wasn't there to kill him, it was to cause harm, because obviously I got a baseball bat, I know by hitting someone with a baseball bat, you're gonna cause some sort of harm, you get what I'm trying to say? But where joint enterprise comes into it now is, if the jury think that I had the same intentions as the person that wanted to kill him, then they can find me guilty of that same thing. So what they do is they put manslaughter in your indictment. So it will come, I originally got arrested for murder. During trial, they will put manslaughter in your indictment. Obviously, manslaughter is that the step down from murder with no intention, yeah? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's it. At the end of the day, like, it's the jury thinking that I had the same intention, so they kind of go away from the facts of the case, and that's why you always see, in my case especially, when this whole joint enterprise thing come up with Jogi and stuff like that, and everyone was like, oh, joint enterprise is gone, blah, blah, blah. Joint enterprise didn't go. It's the way that the judge directs the jury.
Okay.
It's different. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But the reason why my case always comes up is because it was such a high profile joint enterprise case.
Okay.
So there was a bit of uproar. Like, if you turn over joint enterprise, the honey trap killers could be set free, blah, 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 because they know that the steps of verdict thing is a bit, you get me, the way they're directing the jury, do you get what I'm trying to say? Okay. So, yeah, but like when I first went to jail, that was a bit hard to get right.
To what he just said now, you man sometimes don't know about certain things that's going on, and you need to understand. Murder means that they felt like you intended to murder that person. Manslaughter means that you didn't intend, but at the same time, you've murdered them. So what he was trying to say is that I've got down for manslaughter. I didn't intend to kill him, but then at the same time now, it's got sticky, and they believed that you was trying to murder him. This is why we need to think about what we're doing.
Get my head around, because I'm thinking, raw, like,
you didn't go there to kill him.
I didn't go there to kill, like, that wasn't my intention. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, as bad as it sounds that man's gone there to cause harm, that's the life man's living at the time. Do you get what I'm trying to say, bro? That's just the reality of it. Like, that is the life man's living. So it's like, bro, like, yeah, cool, man knows, but them times